Chapter 5. Corbin. I didn't want to be here about as much as Sonny, but I wasn't half as vocal as he was about the damn situation. Felix was stoked to be here, and it was rare my little brother got excited about anything since our mother was killed. He wore a mask so that everyone still saw him the way he wanted them to, the way they remembered him before he was changed from pain. We both carried our sadness differently. Outside, he was happy Iskura, the positive one, the one everyone could count on to lift their sorrows and bring them a morsel of joy in this fucked up world we now lived in. Inside, though, he was just another sad little boy who grew up feeling the pressure to make those around him happy, thinking it would keep him from feeling so lost and alone. It didn't. Still, we had each other, and that counted for something. The 2-hour faith and dedication lecture Frollo stuck me in was slowly chipping away at my soul, and it had only been 2 days since the term started. I walked through the crowd of students gathered at the door after class ended, and they parted for me easily, as if I was the very virus that had killed most of the world. Can't tell if you enjoy it or hate it, a blonde girl fell into step with me, and I lifted an eyebrow at her bravery. Most of these kids thought that they thought you'd go to hell just by bumping up against one of us. Risa, she said without prompting, extending her hand out to introduce herself. I raised my eyebrow higher. I thought this was an all-male campus, I asked, not hiding my surprise. It's not. There's just very few of us stupid enough to take the risk, she shrugged. Well, that caught my attention. Risk? Frollo doesn't really bother to keep his dogs on the leash, she said, tucking her hair behind her ears. There was a story there. I was sure about it, though I wasn't sure I was the person you would care to ask about it. So what do you want? I turned around once I realized she was still following me. I'm just curious, she practically sang it out. About the chapel. It's been off limits for the last 3 years since I attended NPC, and then you guys come in and take it from Frollo. She grinned like she had the hots for seeing the headmaster suffer just as much as we did. What are you curious about then? I asked her. The ghost. I want to know if she's real, she said, and I scrunched my eyebrows, confused at whatever the fuck she was talking about. What ghost? You bought the chapel and you don't know anything about the ghost in the bell tower? She asked, as if I was the stupid one here. I'll let you know if I hear anything. I gave her a deadpan stare. But she reminded me of one of those many little mangy street dogs. The kind where if you accidentally drop a french fry in a restaurant, he would think it was for him, and then you were fucked with taking care of that thing until someone blessed you by running it over. Fuck off, Risa. We're not friends. I didn't enjoy being so blunt, but it was way too fucking early in the year to have a stray stuck to me. Actually, no. I did enjoy being blunt. The mile walk felt like only a few blinks. It took a long time to be able to predict when an episode would hit, but as I got older, I could sense them. I got better at recognizing the warning signs so I could find somewhere safe to get to until it was over. I took deep breaths, slowing my heart down as much as I could, in hopes that I could push this one away. I never could. I rushed to my room as fast as possible, not bothering to check who was home or to alert anyone to my presence. Pushing the door open, I saw strands of silver and black hair cascading like a waterfall of liquid mercury. The head it belonged to, doing its best to crawl out of my bedroom window. I lunged forward, grabbing a handful of hair. I pulled her back into my room, her yelps and cries of pain too loud to ignore, but my vision was already going black. It was too late. There was no one to protect her from me. In the darkness, I heard muffled cries and gasps for breath. I searched for a tether to pull me back into the present, but I couldn't. It was usually one of my brother's voices, but all I could hear were the sounds of her pain ringing inside my head. Black again. Always black. What is that noise? I heard Felix far off in the oblivion. Please, a feminine voice scratched out, but it was unfamiliar, and I couldn't cling to it to bring myself out. A flash. The piercing blue of her eyes. Red. Pools of tears gathering on her lashes before each stream fell down her cheeks. Black. Felix, I yelled, but I wasn't sure if it was actually made its way out of my mouth. Every sound was muted, black, like the swallowing chasm of the universe folding in on itself.